What's up, Crawl Fiends? I don't normally do this sort of thing, but you know, trying out new things. It's a new year, so who knows? Who knows what's in store? I know it's been a slow season. Haven't got a lot of content uploaded this season. Missed out on so many opportunities to go hang out with the Crawl Fiends, as I like to call you guys, and my crew, specifically the guys I crawl with. Anyway, so it's been a bummer. I took a crappy job, to say it nicely, for working for Peanuts, because a whole nother story. I have another channel that deals with like what me and my wife do for a living, or what we were doing. We own a trucking business and all that, so you can go to Trucks and Tribs and you're welcome to go check that out. But that's not why I'm here, and that's not what this is about. Anyway, just wanted to say what's up to everybody and do a little, what, how to, I guess, how to or what not to do, or how to look silly and completely foolish in front of your peer groups as you attempt to work on something and fumble and get frustrated with tiny screws and, the fun part of the hobby. Anyway, a while back at the job I'm working at, got some friends there. Got an old friend that I work with. He's still working there, and he's all into drones, and he likes flying around anyway. He's like, oh man, that crawler is awesome. How far can it drive? And I was like, I can drive to the top of this hill and back, out of sight. And he's got a drone. He wanted to follow me and all that, and I was getting brave. I was watching his screen while I was driving, and I drove off into a place where I shouldn't have, and I'll flip around here and film this next part. I drove into a place I shouldn't have, and then this happened. So, of course, this is where your pan hard mount should be. And, yep, this is one of the weak points. I'm sure everyone already knows. That's another thing about these how-to videos. What's the point of me talking about something that you've already experienced and probably have already done 1,000 times? But I don't know, I've never done this, so here's the first time that I change or put an aftermarket pan hard mount onto a TRX4, TRX6, same thing. And I opted for sort of a cheap version, but made in China, of course. But it's pretty beefed up. I think it's gonna work out all right. I don't know. So yeah, looks like from just the way it's gonna mount, I'm gonna have to Dremel out a little section here, and maybe something's gonna have to happen here with the screw that holds that mount in place. But anyway, anywho, I think it's gonna make it more rigid. Surely will decrease any kind of bump steer or anything that might be happening. And I went ahead and got 2 of them because you save a little money, get 2, and I got lots of TRX4s, and I think I'll probably end up putting the other one on the hauler because that guy takes a lot of weight. Not as quite as much as you can see. I'm fairly brassed up on the TRX6, and I'm sure that had something to do with the temperature. It was really cold, so there was a lot of factors. And I drive like a meathead, as NTX RC would say. But anyway, here goes nothing. I kind of got my area marked sort of. Maybe a little too much. But you know, you get it. Just basically gonna cut out all that. And probably not gonna go all the way to the edge here. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I see how much room I have. That's why I use the reflector, the silver Sharpie, so I can just kind of see. I might go back with like a pencil or something around that. But also, I need to cut away enough to get it to sit in there. That's all. It's gonna work out. I've already done that like 10 times. Frustrating to begin. So far, pretty awful. It's hard. That's a hard area to get into, and without having to try to take your whole axle off. I don't know if you can still see how crappy that is, but I guess that'll work. Seems pretty stout so far. Seems to be in order. Kind of dry fit the mount here if I can without looking too foolish. Uh-oh. Is that me being foolish? I can't. Oh no. I'm not crazy. Wrong side. When you're in there, you'll know. Heard that a time or two. When you're in there, you'll know. I can't remember how I took that off. Not ideal, but to just get it dry fitted in there. So anyway, there's that. I didn't want to show you my horrible Dremel job because it just kind of wasn't necessary. I don't want to go into details on how stupidly I screwed this one up, but the 6x6 will live to drop another day. That's all that's important, right? You know, it's in there now. It's in there now. So, yay. Maybe I'll put it together and turn the battery on and steer it, just to show you. Got my battery hooked up, got my radio, and I think I'm able to steer again. Look, I can wiggle right off there. Anyway, So there's that. It's mounted up now, and it's not going anywhere. It's a lot stouter than it was. Ready to hit the trail. Got another trail I'm eyeballing up there at the where I'm working. If y'all like the restricted area video with the tactical unit, it's just laying like that because it's heavy, and the tires, I don't really have a stand for it. But oh, and that thing took some punishment in that video. If y'all didn't know, there's like 4 scenes I had to delete because I accidentally filmed them in slow-mo, and whenever I put the video on my computer, it acts up and it tries to go frame by frame when I normalize it. Anyway, this guy, the trailer, by the way, Jolly Built, my neighbor, that's why I call him Jolly Built. He makes all my stuff, and I tell you what, it all held up pretty good. I mean, this thing fell off of a 10-foot cliff, so I guess in scale that's like a 100-foot cliff. And it kept driving with it. I kind of got a little bend to my bumper there. It's cantered in a little bit, kind of hard to see. And then the roof rack dented in and whatnot, but that thing kept driving with all the extra armor, and even the trailer hitch design, or little swivel hitch. I mean, that thing took a pounding. It's still going. Anyway, so that was cool. So if y'all like that video, then I got a video coming up for the bodies over there. The 6x6. I got a little area I've been eyeballing. Anyway, this is How to Look Silly in Front of Your Peer Groups by GMRCC. Like, sub, crawl. I don't know. Later.
Hey man, I'll drink to that.
Perfect.